In the world of hospitality, what really separates a good hotel from a truly great one? Well, it often comes down to the leadership of one person, the general manager. Today, we're going to decode the exact blueprint they use to build and maintain success in marketing and sales. Let's jump in. Hello, everyone. I'm a hotel AI expert, and it's my pleasure to welcome all of you from the Europe Hotel School to this online learning journey. I've been designed using insights from some of the best performing hotels in the world, all to help you master the challenges of our industry. So think of me as your guide. Let's get started on your professional growth. So to really get a handle on the GM's role, we're going to follow a 5-part blueprint. First, we'll look at the GM as the architect. Then we'll lay the foundation with a strategic vision. After that, we'll build the pillars, your team, and give them the right toolkit. And finally, we'll tie it all together with a framework for innovation. All right, let's dive right into Section 1, the GM's leadership blueprint, where we see the GM as the architect of success. This isn't just about managing. It's about being the master planner behind the hotel's entire commercial strategy. You see, a truly successful GM does so much more than just oversee daily operations. They are the engine driving revenue. This means they are right there in the trenches, actively creating and pushing forward the marketing and sales strategies that really define the hotel's brand and lock in its spot in a very competitive market. That brings us to Section 2, the foundation. Every great building needs a rock-solid foundation, and in a hotel, that foundation is its strategic vision. Because without a clear vision, every dollar you spend on marketing, every bit of effort from your sales team, it's all at risk of going nowhere. So what exactly is a strategic vision? Well, think of it as the hotel's master plan. It's the roadmap that connects every single marketing and sales activity directly to the bigger business goals. It's what makes sure every action you take has a clear, measurable purpose. So how do you build that vision? Well, it really boils down to these 4 concrete steps. First, you've got to identify your target market. Who are your perfect guests? Second, you set crystal clear revenue targets. Third, you define your branding. What's your hotel's unique personality? And finally, you figure out exactly where you stand in the market. But here's the thing. A vision isn't just some document that sits in a binder in the GM's office. Its real power is as a motivator. When every single member of your team, from the front desk agent to the head of housekeeping, understands and believes in this vision, it just ignites their focus and dedication across the entire hotel. Okay, so the foundation is laid. Now we move on to Section 3. The pillars. And in any hotel, the pillars holding the whole thing up, it's the people. A GM's success is completely built on the strength and skills of their team. Building a great team really comes down to 3 key responsibilities for any GM. First, you have to hire the best, most diverse talent you can find. Second, you have to equip them with the latest tools and resources so they can actually do their job well. And third, you have to train them constantly, keeping their skills sharp and up to date. And that point about training, it is absolutely critical. A well-trained team isn't just more efficient, they're more confident. And that confidence is exactly what they need to adapt quickly and effectively when the market inevitably throws a curveball. Okay, on to Section 4, the toolkit. A great team is only as good as the tools you give them, right? And in today's hospitality world, the most essential tools are all about data and digital strategies. The era of just making decisions based on a gut feeling is, well, it's over. The most effective GMs today have shifted from guesswork to a totally data-driven approach. They use analytics to turn raw information into smart strategy, and that leads to much more profitable decisions. And the results of being data-driven are real. You can actually feel them. It leads to optimized budgets, which means your marketing money is spent way more effectively. It lets you create customized campaigns that speak directly to your ideal guests. And maybe most importantly, it leads to better client satisfaction, because you can actually anticipate what they need. So the next step is taking that data and putting it to work. The GM has to lead the charge in mastering these key digital channels. We're talking about SEO, so guests can actually find you online, social media, so you can build a real community around your brand, and of course, email marketing for that personalized, direct communication with your guests. And that brings us to our final section, the framework. This is the piece that holds the whole blueprint together and makes sure it can change and adapt over time. It's all about creating a culture of innovation, because a great strategy is never finished. Innovation always starts with being aware of what's happening around you. The GM needs to empower their team to constantly, and I mean constantly, analyze the competition. You need to know their strengths, sure, but you really need to know their weaknesses.
because that's where you'll find the openings to create what makes you special.
This is it. This is the big question. Every single GM should be asking their team this all the time. In such a crowded market, just being good isn't good enough. You have to be different. What is it that your hotel can offer that nobody else can?
The answer to that question isn't a single trick. It's about building the right culture. A GM has to create an environment where new ideas are welcomed from everyone, where different departments actually talk to each other and share what they know. And most importantly, where you are always evaluating what you're doing and asking that simple, powerful question: how can we do this better?
So as we wrap up our blueprint, the GM's ultimate job becomes pretty clear. It's about setting that vision and then building, empowering, and supporting a team that is so skilled and so resilient that it can thrive no matter what the market looks like. So there you have it. We've walked through the core principles of what it takes to lead in hotel marketing and sales. The strategies, the frameworks, the tools, they're all here. You officially have the blueprint. The only question left is, what are you going to build?